Hi, I'm Jim from Left Wing Libertarian.
And I am Anna from BeautyGirlsMom.com.
What do you have for us today, Anna?
We are taste testing the 2 new Starbucks summer drinks. They have...
How did you know there was a new drink at Starbucks? Do you go there that much?
I do. I go there a lot. But because I am a Starbucks Rewards member, which everybody should be, even if you don't go as often as we do, it's definitely worth joining their rewards program. But as a rewards member, you get a notice when things like this come out. And as a rewards member, you were able to taste these a day before they were released to the general population.
Is today the first day?
Today is the first official day, so as Starbucks Rewards members, we actually could have tasted them yesterday. We just didn't get around to it. So I also want to preface this by saying, I go to Starbucks...
We got up at 5 a.m. That's why my hair looks bad and her makeup looks fabulous, because we had to be there at opening. We had to be at Starbucks at rope drop.
No, we had to drop a kid off for summer math. I go to Starbucks a lot, sometimes 3 times a day. I don't like coffee. This is a huge misconception. I think people don't know this about me because I do go to Starbucks every day and I talk about Starbucks a lot. I don't drink coffee. I order a venti skinny cinnamon dolce latte. So
for those old of us to remember the TV show Cheers, Starbucks is kind of our...
We're regulars there. They do stop and, hi Jim, hi Anna.
They know what I mean.
We don't usually have to place our order. They know to get it ready for us. But my Starbucks started out right after I had my gastric bypass surgery, and I was required to get an astronomical amount of protein in my diet without eating actual food. A lot of the protein shakes just didn't taste good to me, and someone recommended that I could drink a Starbucks latte, which has a lot of the protein from the milk. Now,
at this point, though, do give a courtesy to those 2 people that you like. There's one that you got powders from, and there's one that you got like candy bars from that you really did like.
Yeah, I've come to like some things, especially some more than others over the years, but at the very beginning it was very difficult for me to get enough protein in. Not that the protein in the regular Starbucks drinks, the milk protein, is the same quality of what most people with gastric bypass should be getting. But at the time I was cold all the time, I needed that extra protein, and someone said you would like a latte if you just adjust the amount of syrup that's in it to kind of mask the coffee flavor. So what started out as 7 pumps in what their largest size coffee is now just a regular latte. So
well, here's the other thing. Skinny Anna is colder than Big Anna.
Not so cold anymore. But yeah, so that's kind of a sidetrack. I don't actually drink...
Her heart is still warm, though.
I don't actually drink coffee. I very, very, very rarely will sit down and order a cup of coffee unless I'm somewhere where coffee is my only option, and then I load it with artificial sweetener and milk. So, not to sidetrack.
Double.
But we're going to start with the first drink, which is the iced coconut milk Mocha Macchiato. My concern with this drink, it's going to taste like coffee. Not going to be a fan of it. It looked much prettier when we first got it. It had kind of like striated, chocolatey, syrupy looking things going down the sides. We ordered them in smalls because chances are I'm not going to like them. And are you ready? Are you going to taste it?
We came home right away, although Anna detoured us through several Pokestops, but...
Gotta catch them all. All right, so this is the iced coconut milk Mocha Macchiato. For those of you that didn't know there was coconut milk there, the coconut milk at Starbucks was used to make what they call the pink drink, which is one of the secret menu drinks. So it's actually been available at Starbucks for a long time, but this is a new drink with it.
And the tasting is... Let's look for that face.
Okay.
That's not a happy face.
I don't even have to drink it to know that there's a lot of coffee. I can smell it in the straw. It's not terrible. It's a little bit sweet. I think if you like the macchiato, it's probably going to be okay for you.
That's a good first line in a drink review. Well, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. I expected, I think, to be way, way more coffee. Again, we drove home about 30 minutes. It took us to drive home. So, maybe it's a little bit diluted with, some ice melt and stuff, but it does have a very coffee presence. It is a coffee drink. It
is more similar to the Starbucks vanilla Frappuccinos in the bottle.
Okay, I've never tasted those because I was afraid those were coffee. Yeah. It is a very coffee-flavored beverage.
As opposed to typical iced coffee, which is really nasty.
And again, there's nothing wrong with this drink. I think if you are a coffee fan, I don't taste coconut milk. I don't get any kind of an overwhelming coconut flavor.
I tasted coconut milk once. It was at the Snack Ladies at Sam's Club. That's why we go to Costco now.
That was coconut water.
Oh, well, whatever it was.
Yeah, I really don't taste anything coconutty. I don't know if I expected like an overwhelming coconut flavor. It's mostly coffee.
So 1 out of 5 Mickey bars?
I would not buy it again. But again, not a coffee drinker. I would say 1.5 to 2.
Anna, is there a more formal description of the drink other than not terrible?
Okay, so the way people are describing this, it's a coffee lover's dream. It is, let's see, caramel sauce in a double crosshatch pattern, a swirl of mocha sauce to create 5 layers of espresso sweetness. So that's what you're getting in here, plus the coconut milk. It is also the first drink of its kind to highlight the coconut milk, the first coffee concoction that Starbucks has done to highlight coconut milk.
I would say if you're a fan of the bottles of the cold Starbucks, this would be a good, something good to try.
But at that point, are you better just buying the bottle? Is the bottle cheaper than getting a mixed beverage, or I don't know?
Well, here's the problem. If you're at Starbucks and you're sitting inside, with people, or you're working, having the bottle is a little, it's like having tap beer at the bar. You kind of, like you're there to get a drink and get the hell out, sort of, it's, you want a nicer drink, I guess.
Okay.
Because again, that's the thing about going to Starbucks versus McDonald's versus 7-Eleven or Wawa. You're there for the coffee experience and the time. That's why it's our date place. That's why we know the baristas. We talk to them. They chat with us. One of them's been having a conversation with Eilish about the concerts they're going to. They've met each other at least one concert already. It's that kind of thing. If you just want a cup of coffee, go make it at home or go to 7-Eleven or whatever.
Wawa, make it yourself. But anyhow, let's move on to the next drink. So this it's beautiful. It's a beautiful color that you can see. I don't know if you can see, but there's fresh fruit in there. It looks like orange slices and berries. This is called a Tivana Shaken Iced Berry Sangria Herbal Tea. No one is going to remember all that. I don't know how you're going to order it when you get there. Just the new sangria tea, probably. Don't be confused. There is not any alcohol in here. It's not a wine drink, which I know most people would say when you hear sangria, you would expect to have. There's not any kind of a wine or alcohol in it. What you will find in here is lemongrass, hibiscus, and apples mixed together, poured over ice, and topped off with apples and oranges.
So what fresh fruit do you see in this?
Well, and I don't know if it's fresh fruit or if it's dried. This looks like there's orange peel in there, berries. It looks very good. It looks like a sangria.
So there's actual fruit in this. It's not fruit flavors.
No, it smells very... I smell mostly berry, which is interesting because it doesn't really highlight berry. It says lemongrass, hibiscus, maybe it's hibiscus, and apples, which are then mixed together, poured over ice, and topped off with apples and oranges. So this is probably going to be too sweet for me to drink on a regular basis, just by virtue of the fact that they probably have apple juice in here, which is very sweet.
Well, give it a taste. Let's see what you think.
I'm excited to try it.
And that's a better face.
That is very good. It's very fruity.
The first words are not terrible.
No, it's definitely not terrible. It's fruity. It's refreshing. It doesn't taste as overwhelmingly sweet as I expected it to with the apples. It does have kind of a fruit punch flavor to it.
So if I'm on a date with a lady who doesn't drink alcohol a lot, could I use this to break her into sangria? Because this apparently doesn't have all the benefits of the sangria alcohol. But, could you use this to, get her used to sangria? Since you've had sangria?
I would not think so. And I don't like all sangria. I prefer a much sweeter, much fruitier sangria, but I'm not a big alcohol
Well, you just said this is fruity
drinker.
and sweetie.
Fruity and sweetie, yes, without any alcohol content. I would definitely say, though, it's tasty. It's very fruit punch tasty, refreshing. I think it's a great summer drink. This would be awesome sitting outside
Okay,
on
so
a hot day.
could you get this or make this as a brunch for a virgin sangria for the couple of kids at your party?
You probably could. You probably could.
Although I guess you shouldn't be going to a drive-through getting sangria to drive down the highway with.
Wouldn't think so.
If you think it through, it's not really a good
Wouldn't think
combination.
so. But no, this is a very tasty drink. It's a very cool, refreshing,
Although there are Starbucks that sell wine, right?
light beverage. Yes, there are Starbucks that
So
sell
I
wine.
wonder if they're
Probably not in
making
a
this as an
drive-thru, though.
alcoholic sangria and they made this as a virgin sangria.
I do not know, but it is very tasty. I would definitely recommend this one. And again, not as a coffee drinker. If you're a coffee drinker, this is probably really delicious. It's very coffee flavored, but this is a nice, light, fruity summer beverage. Definitely could see this, sitting out on the patio at Starbucks with some friends, or even, grabbing it in the drive-thru and sitting
Or
outside in the
Starbucks at the mall
backyard.
while you're walking around.
Yeah,
An
nice.
alternative to the typical iced tea or the half and half iced tea lemonade.
Yeah, it's a very good drink. I would say they definitely have two winners in terms of summer beverages. We've had summer beverages at Starbucks in the past we haven't been fans of. I think they definitely have two winners here. This will appeal to the people that like the iced coffees
I
and
think it
want,
definitely will appeal to the people because we used to drink the Starbucks in the bottle.
yeah, so this will appeal to those people that prefer a coffee beverage, an iced coffee. It gives you that little caffeine boost in the summertime while you're doing all your running and errands without drinking a hot drink. And this is just nice, light, cool, and refreshing. So I would say that definitely these are two worth a try drinks.
Yeah. And remember, you can always get them in, what's the name of this size?
This is tall.
Tall, which is Starbucks equivalent of small. And give it a try.
Give it a try. I am Anna from BeautyGirlsMom.com. Please hit subscribe wherever it appears on your screen.
And you might see us real soon at a Starbucks.
Probably.